use the discriminant to determine the number and type of solutions for each equation. The discriminant was this b squared minus 4 times a times c part of the quadratic formula. And why this is important is because our quadratic formula, I'm going to kind of call this discriminant D for a second, capital D. The quadratic formula tells me that my solutions look like negative b plus or minus square root of this discriminant, which I'm just lumping as one letter, all divided by some stuff. Depending on what D is, we have some information about the types of answers we have. For instance, if D is 0, then I take the square root of 0, I get 0, so I'm doing negative b plus or minus 0 all over 2a. Well, whether I add or subtract 0, I'm not affecting b any, so I just get minus b over 2a. So if d is 0, we just get a single number, one solution. If d is a negative number, then I have a square root of a negative number, and we can pull an I out from under the square root, and we have a complex answer. In fact, we have two complex answers, a positive version and a negative version, right? And if d is positive, well, the square root of a positive number is something or other, right? And I add or subtract negative b to it, and I get two different answers. So whether or not d is positive, negative, or 0, we get some information about the type of solutions we have. So let's go ahead and look at the discriminant for each of these two cases. Here's this is supposed to be equal to 0. Here's a quadratic equation, now that I've put equal 0 on there, and I can look at my a and my b and my c, and so I can compute this discriminant. B is negative 5, so b squared is 25, minus 4 times a is 4, times c, which is 7. So here's our discriminant, 25 minus 4 times 4 times 7. Well, 4 times 7 is 28, times another 4 is 100 and some odd. So 25 minus something bigger than 100. That's a negative number. So for this quadratic equation there, I'm going to get two imaginary or two complex solutions. Because underneath the square root, I have this negative value. This other equation, here's my a, here's my b, here's my c. What's my discriminant look like there? Well, there I take my b, negative 4, square it. Negative 4 squared is 16. I subtract 4 times a, which is 3, c, which is 4/3. And we look at what we have here. Our 3's cancel. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 16 is 0. So here my discriminant is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. And I just get minus b over 2a. That is, I get one solution. So here we get one solution. It happens to be a real number solution as well, because we didn't have a negative number under our square root. We had 0. So our solution is just minus b over 2a. So it's 4 over 2 times 3, 4 over 6. But we're not interested in what the answer was, just how many of them there were, and if they were real or imaginary. So here, discriminant was a negative value, so we get two imaginary solutions. Here, the discriminant was 0. We only get one solution.